Hi, my name is Kaylee and my partner's name is Trey, and today we're going to be talking about the Rotary Evaporation Lab, also commonly known as the RotoVap Lab. So the RotoVap Lab is a common and preferred way to remove a solvent in lab. Removing the solvent and isolating it allows you to obtain your desired substance from a solution. The RotoVap Lab is so commonly used because of many variables. It's a faster process. It's under 5 minutes. It happens at lower temperatures, so decomposition is less likely. It happens at or it uses less energy because it doesn't use a heat source for boiling, and then it's also more efficient due to a lower pressure. So some of the chemistry behind how the RotoVap works. So a RotoVap is essentially a distillation at a reduced pressure. However, there's a major difference between a distillation and a RotoVap. A distillation is going to, you're going to obtain the distillate, while in a RotoVap you're going to obtain the residue. So you use a round bottom flask, much like you use in a distillation, and you're going to use a filter. If I can show you, you're going to use a vacuum filter. First, you're going to rotate it in this water bath to create heat, and then you're going to use the vacuum to filter out. So the reduced pressure helps you with having a faster lab for the RotoVap than distillation because it causes the solvent to boil at a lower temperature. So the rotating flask increases the surface area, right here, the rotating flask. It's going to increase the surface area of the liquid and increase the evaporation rate. So that's also why it increases in time or decreases in time. It takes a shorter amount of time. And the lower temperature also helps with less likely for decomposition, like I said earlier. So you increase the evaporation rate, and then the solvent condenser, which I can show you here. The solvent condenser right here. So it's going to go from the rotary evaporation into the solvent condenser or water condenser. It's going to condense the solvent, and then it's going to drain into the receiving flask. So this yellow solution right here, it'll be your concentrated solution without your solvent, and this receiving flask right here will just be your solvent. Okay, so I'm going to hand it over to Trey. Thank you for watching.
The materials that we'll need to perform this lab are 2 round bottom flasks, one for receiving and one for evaporating, flask clamps in order to securely connect the clamps to the RotoVap, 1 RotoVap for evaporation, and 1 condenser. The step-by-step procedures on how to follow this lab is that you fill 1 round bottom flask no higher than half full, connect the flask to the bump by using flask clamps. You lower the flask into the water bath in order to completely submerge the liquid. You turn on the vacuum source, then slowly rotate the flask at a moderate pace. You close the stopcock in the apparatus at the top of the condenser. Then you continue to evaporate until solid forms or the liquid level within the evaporating flask remains constant. In order to stop the evaporation, you reverse all steps previously done by opening the stopcock, stopping the rotation, turn off the vacuum, take flask completely out of the water bath, and remove the flask from all connections.